Cheers.
Cheers.
You're an actress who has been booking a lot. I apologize if I ruin any future employment opportunities for you because today on Poor Choices, we are making oysters, the dick pills of the sea. That's right, aphrodisiacs all over the place. It's even better when you pair it with the Cajun butter and throw it either on a grill or underneath a broiler. That's right, it is nasty time. And so again, I apologize for doing that to you.
Nasty time is always good.
This is actually a recipe that we've made before.
Yeah.
We have been playing by the very strict rule of don't eat oysters in months that don't have R. But that is an old tale. That's from like back in the day when like there was no refrigeration, when there wasn't like a system of like farm raising things. So oysters are good year round.
So we were going by old mints.
Yes, we were going by very old mints. Although, fun fact, oysters are usually doing their spawning reproduction thing in the summertime. So they like to let the oysters like do their thing, get their nasty time on during the summertime, and also like young oysters, which is also my rap name, are like they don't taste as good as like more matured ones. So that's why they left them alone in the summertime. And also with the lack of refrigeration, you don't want to eat hot seafood raw. So
It's not sounding great.
yeah, so they had a hard time at like the turn of the century. So that's all it was. But
luckily, we are in 2023.
yes,
so.
we are. Yes, we are in a very hot apartment at that, because I have a broiler on.
I
So,
was wondering.
yeah, it's coming from the thing. So we've done this on the grill, and you can do this on the grill. It's really amazing getting that flavor in there, but because it's like 100 degrees on the roof, and I don't want my equipment to overheat, we're doing this today in the oven. Also because I know some of you, as we do the hand gesture thing, some of you, when you see like, oh, I don't have a sous vide or I don't have a this or that, you tend to stray away from it. So everyone has an oven and everyone has a broiler. So I figured this would be a good way to just enjoy oysters.
Amazing.
So let's jump right into this. So I'm gonna show everyone how to shuck an oyster. You want to make the butter?
Yes.
Okay. But we have just got a dozen oysters here, and I honestly don't even know what kind they are. When you go to a place, you're gonna get presented with a lot of options.
Ooh.
I just went with ones that look the most like oysters, also just like the bigger size.
Bigger size. Never mind.
No, yeah,
Not
no?
sure.
Big oyster energy? Yeah. Listen, this is the filth show. We've already
Big
established.
oyster energy.
The way to do this, if I remember correctly, get yourself a towel. This is to help you from really injuring yourself. So we're gonna take one of our oysters, and just so you know, there's this flat side here, and then there's this round side here. We want to keep this flat side up and keep this round side so all those juices and everything kind of pull in there. Also, be very careful not to lose what they call the oyster liquor, which is just the juices inside. We don't want to lose that. That's goodness. When you're doing
that's
this.
not something we did last time.
Yeah, last time we just got reckless.
Okay.
So we're just gonna take our towel, go over like that, and again, this is to keep it from moving, but also keep ourselves from stabbing. Actually, let me turn this around so the camera can see.
Stabbing.
Yeah, from stabbing ourselves. And what we want to do is find this joint right here, which hopefully the camera can see it. It's a little spot, and we're gonna take our shucking knife. I guess you can do this with a regular knife, but I think a shucking one is a little bit better. And we're gonna put a little bit of pressure to get in there. And we should know that we're in there deep enough if we can do this, if it can stay on the knife. And then all we're going to do is just turn, and I'm gonna turn away from me just in case any type of like shell wants to pop.
Oh, I'll step back.
There you go. And then we're just gonna just turn it, and it should come loose. If it doesn't, that means we need to go a little bit deeper, which I'm about to do. Oh, there we go. See? Had I not had this towel here, I would have sliced my thumb so bad. So that is a great accidental example of what I'm talking about.
Have insurance when you shuck oysters.
Yes. If you don't have health insurance, first of all, that means you probably can't afford oysters. Let me stop. But once you get that initial joint done, what you want to do is wipe off your knife, because if there's any shell fragments on it, you don't want to kind of get it in there. It's not a fun thing. So I'm going to do another shell because this one kind of came off all the way more than I expected. But what we want to do is just take our shucking knife, kind of go around here. Something's still stuck on that. There we go. And that is our oyster. Now,
So what about the part on?
Yep, we can kind of cut that off. There we go. And then I also like to take the knife and just kind of loosen it up, so that way when it's time to eat, it just comes right out. And again, there's a lot of juices in here that we don't want to lose. It's okay if you lose a little bit.
So last time what happened, we dumped the juices or we just let them flow out?
I think we just let them just spill out because we were just kind of experimenting. And so now, we just put that there. And we move on to doing the rest of these. Now, I do want to show a more traditional one because that one just kind of came up. So we're going to try this one more time. Find the joint, which is right here. Get in there as much as you can. And then if you can, just turn the knife and boom, that hinge comes loose. That one's a more traditional one. And then we do the same thing we did for the other one. Just take the knife and kind of go around. And it should just come up just fine. Now, when you shuck your oysters, you should be consuming these within like the next hour or two. A lot of stores will ask, do you want them to shuck it for you? And say yes, only if you literally are going to make these like ASAP. Otherwise, wait. Because once you do take this off, you kind of working with a ticking time bomb. I don't play with seafood. I don't think anybody does.
No.
All right, so Tristina, you're going to put together our butter. It's a compound butter. Have you ever made a compound butter before?
Yes.
Perfect.
Well, it's been a while, so let me not say yes and then mess up.
She does it every day,
Okay.
and she's not going to mess this up at all. All right, so the easiest thing is we're going to start out with some unsalted butter that we have here, right? And I've left it out at room temperature, just so it's a lot easier to kind of mash together. And also we want it unsalted because we want to control our salt levels. We're gonna be putting a lot of salty things in here. Bacon, Parmesan, Cajun seasoning.
Oh,
so
that's salty too.
yeah, this is salty as well. So if you go with the salted butter, you're already putting yourself in a bad situation. And honestly, I think salted butters are really just for breads and things like that. And unsalted is for everything else. So what we need first is we're gonna take this butter out. We're gonna throw it in there while I continue to shuck these. And this has been out for like a few hours today. Again, we want it room temperature.
Ooh.
Right? It's all gooey and shit. So we're gonna throw some Parmesan in there. There's some Parmesan over there that I freshly grated.
How much?
The entire thing. This is about a
whole
1/4
thing?
cup, yeah. Just because I like Parmesan. This is kind of a butter that we're eyeballing. So you can add more or less whatever you want. And then there should be some garlic there. I got 3 cloves of garlic that I just ran through my garlic press. I'm gonna throw that in the mix. And then, let's see, I'm gonna get your way in a second because you're gonna have to do a little bit of dicing. Next, let's do, so we got some bacon. I took 2 pieces of bacon and I fried them up and then I diced it finely. Let's do like a tablespoon's worth, that looks like it. I mean, ultimately I'm probably gonna add all of it. And then let's do like a tablespoon of some finely diced flat leaf parsley. And for this, if I was making a lot more butter, I would actually use the stems and all because I don't have time to pull the leaves off, but for this I actually did pull the leaves off. And then let's do a couple dashes of hot sauce. This is just Frank's original hot sauce.
Frank's.
Yes. Frank's, is that how the commercial goes?
That's how I feel like it would go.
Frank's. A couple dashes. Like ultimately maybe like a teaspoon to a tablespoon, depending on heat level. Yeah, that's good. And then we're gonna do a tablespoon, which I actually did get a measurement out, of our Heath Riles Cajun Creole butter garlic seasoning. I'm just making things up. Cajun Creole garlic butter seasoning, that's what it was. But you can use any Cajun seasoning that you want. I just like this one a lot. This is gonna kind of bring in some of our grill elements.
A whole tablespoon?
Yeah, like a whole tablespoon. We want that Cajun goodness. And then the other 2 things that we need, and I'm gonna move over here. We need to finely dice a shallot, which I was gonna do ahead of time, but I have learned today that a lot of people don't know what a shallot is. So it is just a type of onion. It's my favorite type of onion. Yes, it is like the best of all worlds of onions. And so we just wanna finely dice it so it really kind of melts into that butter, no pun intended. And then we also just need the zest of half this lemon and then like a tablespoon of its juice.
I freaking love lemon zest.
So do I. Like anytime something's—
Sure you just want half? The whole thing.
I might change my mind.
This sounds like a dumb question, but they have pearls in it?
I think those are the ocean ones.
They're different, okay.
Yeah. No, it's not.
I am very smart, y'all.
It's not a dumb question at all.
I don't want to hear it.
I've just actually never thought about it, but
yeah,
no.
I just thought about it right now. I'm like, wait.
Because it's when they get like soil and stuff in it, right? Or not soil, but like sediment things.
Right, and it builds up over time.
Which I guess, how long does it take to make a pearl? And how long does
God,
is
I am not gonna see more dumb on camera when I get the wrong answer. You said a tablespoon, right?
Yeah, I can tablespoon's worth. Now you have told me numerous amounts of times that you cook a lot, and I've seen you cook, and you've made some very good-looking food. But what is your favorite thing to cook? What's like your go-to? Like, I gotta impress some people.
I don't have one. I really just, honestly, when I cook, I like to just be inspired by whatever ingredients are around me.
Okay.
And sometimes It doesn't come out good, but usually
okay.
it does. Usually it does.
Hey,
so.
I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah.
Yep, so you'll mix all that up until it's nice, and smooth, and incorporated. Yes, and this butter is good for a lot of things. The second I saw something that said Cajun butter with bacon, I was like, fuck, you got me. All right, so you've got that mixed up. I have got 3 more oysters to go. Tristina has already beaten me. I'm sure there's someone out there right now who shucks oysters every day who's just getting frustrated by my method. But hey, when I did my research, this was the way that someone suggested, and
he's not doing it right.
I mean, if you're shucking hundreds of oysters a day, then you probably have a great method.
You go, Glen Coco.
Hell yeah. And now here comes the fun part. So we have our broiler up on high. I think what I'm gonna do first is put these under for like 4 minutes and then pull them out and then put that butter on them. They do cook very fast. If you walk away, they're done in like a few minutes.
Crossed.
Yeah. So we're not gonna go too far. Pop them back in for like another 4 minutes and then they're done. Like it's just that easy. And just like that, it took 7 minutes total. We put the oysters in there under the broiler for like 3 minutes. Took them out, put the butter on, popped them back in for another 3 or 4 minutes, depending on how your level of doneness. But it's just that easy. Are you ready for this?
No.
Cool, we're gonna do it anyways. All right, so we've got some wedges here, and I'm just gonna squeeze it over some of it. There's some seeds came out, so don't eat the seeds.
Okay, I better just choke on camera.
Yeah. Either you're gonna choke on the shell or you're gonna choke on the seeds. Cheers.
Cheers.
Easy, oysters. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He was not attractive, but you don't care.
I don't care. I'm not here to be sexy, okay? I'm here to be filthy. I'm here to be drunk. And kind of give you some information that you may or may not take. I don't know. Yeah,
Very
no, that's good.
It was better than last time.
Yeah. And last time we did it on the grill.
Yeah.
With some reason, I think us adding the extra stuff into like this Cajun butter really sets it off. So that's it.
That's it.
One of the easiest recipes. You can do this all the time. I know people don't eat oysters for football, but it is a good party food. Kind of on the expensive side, so if you got that kind of money, donate to the Poor Choices Patreon. $1 a month is all we ask for paying for these recipes in these here inflated times. Otherwise, Tristina, where can they find you, or do you want them to find you?
On the moon.
Perfect. Or on TV. That's the better place to find her.
@Tristina_.
Okay, there we go. Are you gonna deactivate it anytime soon, or?
It's likely.
Yeah.
It's likely.
Find her when she's available. Otherwise, thank you for coming through. Let's continue to eat these and drink up on our champagne because I need a refill. Happy Sunday, everybody.
Bye.